Hi, fellow vapers around the world. Just thought today I'd do how are you all doing anyway? And sorry, Joe the Village Vapor coming at you from Ireland today. I just thought I'd do a kind of video on how I started. Oh, excuse me, vaping. The different devices I used and some of you hear a lot of terminology when the hobbyist vapor talks, direct lung, mouth to lung, ohms, coils, wire, cotton, tanks, RTAs, RDAs, RDTAs, RSAs. But it all does mean something. But I'm gonna try and just I'm just gonna have a vape here, and by the way, I'm vaping direct lung at 52 watts on a rebuildable tank called the Caliban Mini, and I have a bit of this juice in it, which is Dead Rabbit Society. It's a New York cheesecake. It's very nice. And I have one more vape. No, I'm not. I'm going to show you. Right. This is what I first started vaping on. I'm going to show you. Here it is. This, believe it or not, you see the black there. This used to be all black, and it's what's known as a vape pen. That's your traditional vape pen. You've your fire button there, one, two, three, four, five, off, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on. So simple as that. You get your cartomizer, it's known as on top. My hands are a bit, my hands are what, I was just eating some garlic bread, it was really nice. Very greasy though, so using my cloth. Right, get a grip on this now and just, bugger to unscrew this. I'm surprised these batteries, I've had them 7 years and they still take a charge. So yeah, cartomizer, your basic cartomizer is just, this is it here, it's a Just Fog, yeah? Just Fog cartomizer, you fit about 2.5, 3 mils. And this, what you do, you take your top off here, there's your coil. Your coil, that's the red bit with the red on now. Just quickly demonstrate. Unscrew your coil, yeah? That's unscrewed the coil, and there's the coil there, closer look at it. Been using it obviously, and there it is, Just Fog. You still get these today, no problem. The pens are a little bit different, I think. I don't think you get the ones I have anymore. I do have some Just Fog ones as well, but I have about 5 pens. Then you screw your top on. Yeah, fill it up with a bit of juice, by the way, when it's open. You can obviously don't fill it all the way. And then screw you. And what you're going to be vaping on a pen. Now, this is how you drip tip on top. It's just a standard little, it's a kind of a sort of a 510 drip tip, really. Just give that a wipe off. But yeah, it's a pen kit. So when I started, fella in a graveyard, cut a long story short, there's a fella in a graveyard vaping. I asked him about it. He said, "Here, lad," he said, "have a couple of puffs on this." He was an older guy. So I had a couple of puffs and I thought, that's all right. It was 18 milligrams he was smoking, just tobacco. So I had a couple of toots and a couple more toots. He said, "Go on, toot away." And I thought, this is quite nice actually. So 3 days later, I got a set with 2 of these. They were called Emar by Volish, a Polish company. It was a set with 2 of these and 2. This is Just Fog, but it was 2 emailed cartomizers. So anyway, I got the 2 pens, and no word of a lie, I never looked back, never smoked another cigarette in my life, never, except for once when I had a heated argument with someone, and despite my own nose, you know, and all that, I actually got a finger of tobacco, smoked a roll up, and it was absolutely disgusting. That was after about 6 years of not smoking, and I swore never, never again would I touch a cigarette. But anyway, so yeah, gonna show you a bit of vapor production, and that's a pen set, like I said. I've another one here, and what you can actually get for these are great to start on too. And yeah, but they're great to start on. But this here, you can get these no problem in little garages and shops. This is a disposable cartomizer. So yeah, this is a disposable cartomizer, and they usually sell pen sets. They're very cheap. The battery, I'm not sure what the battery is. You have your USB, you get your charge cable, you know, have a look at that. See your USB there, that fits into the bottom there, and you charge till that goes green. So anyway, show you a bit of vapor production. Yeah, you know, it's nothing, it's not really that satisfying to me nowadays, but to this day I still bring them out with me sometimes in the car or with another person. So I'm going to take a puff on one with, this is more, there's a couple of spare coils, you can still get them. See Just Fog there, coils for your clearomizer or cartomizer, whatever you want to call it. But it's basically an e-pen, you know, it's a device for vaping. I forget what liquid I have in here. It's actually even a bit bent, I've had it that long, so I'm going to take a pull on it and straighten it out, and yeah. Yeah, it's actually cherry menthol having it. It's quite nice as well. It's 18 milligram, you know. So yeah, that's an e-pen, you know. Great for starting off. Going to show you something now in a sec very similar to this that I progressed on to. Yeah, so you know, it's a fair amount of vapor. It's satisfying. You get the nicotine hit, especially with 18 milligram. The only thing is you use your 50-50 VG, PG. You don't want to really be putting 70-30s in, because you know your coil will too heavy a VG. Like this is 50-50. The bigger bottles you see, you get, you know, ask your vape shop for some advice as well, but they're usually, you know, VG is vegetable glycerin, PG is propylene glycol. They're both natural, they're both found in food, products, drinks, medical things. You know, they're harmless, they're totally harmless, and flavouring, that's all that's in e-liquid, you know. Have one more blast on this e-cigarette. This one, believe it or not, actually used to be black as well. I tell you, it's really nostalgic actually, because you know, when I do vape on these, it reminds me of packing in smoking. You know, I never would. I don't. Even if I stopped vaping, I'd find a way to vape. You know, I'm obsessed with vaping. I really am. I've a lot of. I've acquired a lot of things. One thing I got sent to me for review, and I'll show you that later, but I do reviews on YouTube, and the name is like the Vaping Village, the Village Vaper, sorry. My real name is Joe, nice to meet you. I have one more puff. Bloody drip tips coming out. It's old, you see. Right here. Yeah, but as you can see, good sturdy, enough vapor, same as a cigarette light, you know. I'm going to show you now. This is moving up the ladder a bit. Like, you think I'm taking the piss? This used to be black as well. And you still get these now. They're very, very popular. It's Aspire Pockets, you know. I wasn't going to get all new mods to do this because it would cost me a fortune. Well, not a fortune. You can get these for any decent vape shop will sell these for €25. You see, same story. You have your USB, and it always pays to get a plug, you know, with the adapter, get the right one, and you have your little USB charger that fits into your USB port. Now the Aspire Pocket, I'm pretty sure is more powerful than the pen. Obviously, it's a built-in battery, but it's a lot more powerful. So I've got a bit of juice in here. To fill this one, I'm going to get my towel for this. You unscrew the top, yeah. Your mouthpiece there, the coil usually comes out with it. Yeah, the coils come out with it, you see that? And then you get your bottle of liquid. I'll just kind of demonstrate a little bit for any newbies, but yeah, you take that off, make sure that's off, and then yeah, pour your liquid into it. You know, it actually has a fill level on it when it's new. I just gauge it. I don't really use it anymore, but I'm just showing for educational vaping purposes. Hopefully you can make the switch, or you have made the switch with being better. But yeah, the Pockets, I'd say Aspire, that's actually a spare coil. Aspire coil, does it tell you what? Yeah, and the wattage, I'm not going to go into Ohm's law and that's another, but this is 18 to 23 watts, and it's a 0.8 Pockets coil. All the vape shops sell Pockets. It stuck around, you know, it's a popular get off the cigarette. So let's see the vapor production on this. It's fully charged, probably not as strong as it used to be, but let's see. So yeah, you can see a bit more vapor, you know, a bit cloudier. Yeah, and it's satisfying. And when I first got this, it was, especially with a fresh coil, and it's lovely, and the coils are really economical. You get a kit for, like I said, 25, 30, few coils, bottle of juice, couple of bottles of juice, 45 quid maybe. That's going to last you a couple of weeks, you know. So that's the Aspire Pockets. Remember that, this is a real, I'm recommending this now as a real good device to start on. Take one more toke. Yeah, as you can see, you know, a bit more vapor than the pen. And then I'm gonna, yeah, I went for a few little devices. I'm gonna show you another device here, which I didn't really think much of. It's called, this is a disposable pod, the Vape. Sorry, you can charge it again with your USB port there. You know, as I showed you the lead, and actually you know the story, but you get what you call disposable, yeah, if I can get it, bugger off. You get disposable cartridges, yeah? You just put them in, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is off. See the green LED light there? and is that still on? Oh well, it's 5 on and 5 off, so see a bit of vapor out. It's been sitting around this, so try it anyway. But these are good. They're about a tenner to start you off vaping. As you can see, not bad off the vibe. You know, it's not bad, but I'd rather have something something a bit more solid. But you know, it is good to do mixed berries, menthol, tobacco pods. The pods are about 350 each, but they'd easy see you the day out. And I'd recommend, if you're going to get one unit, you might as well get 2 and have it fully charged in case, if you're a heavy smoker, it's not going to last you the day. The battery capacity on this, I'm not too sure either. I think it's actually do you know what, I can't see, I definitely need glasses. But I'm trying to look for you. But anyway, yeah, it's not bad, you know. It's as you can see the vape production's not bad. This is wild berries are having, it's nice. Anyway, move on from this. That's a disposable pod device. About a tenner will start you off, and you'll get a couple of pods in the kit as well, and you get the pods separate. It's a shame because they're not refillable. Moving on, my next device I got was actually I kind of stepped up in the world. I got myself a Nautilus tank. You know, it was the first sub-ohm tank that I ever got, and I actually have the first, I'm going to show you now, the first Volish Control Nano pod I ever had, and this has never let me down. It's last and last. It's a single 18650. See the screen there? It's at 20 watts or something. Just going to show you the battery door. There's an 18 INR Samsung in there. It's totally safe. I know it looks dangerous, but it's not. It's just a paint chip. There's all safety chips in this. For years ago, it's a great mod, so I'm going to slip the... this has lasted the test of time as well. The Nautilus tank, you can get the coils, no bother at all. So I know it's 18 watts, so just turned that down to 18 watt. This actually mod goes up to 60 watts. It's one of the first, you know, kind of sub-ohm mods that was out. It cost me about 50 at the time, but I have a draw on this. Now, see the difference in the vapor production. You see, you can actually use 70-30 heavier, you know, e-liquid, something like Charlie Chalk Dust, or any, you know, 70-30 or 60-40. It's always VG, PG, you know, but this Nautilus tank, yeah, you've little airflow. You see the little airflow on the top there? And what you can do is adjust it, see it, it's closing, it's opening. I want to get it, I'm going to have to hold it down there. So that's fully open, the airflow. I have in here some cherry or something, but take another toke. As you can see, a lot more vapor, more satisfying. This time, by the time I got this, I was well off the cigarettes. And then, I'm going to show you, I started getting tanks. Like, this isn't an old tank, this is a Hell Vape MD, it's a mouth to lung tank. You can see the air control on the side there, from one hole to a bigger hole to a slightly bigger hole. That's your air intake. And anyway, I'm not going to get too technical yet, but I'll take a talk on this. Can turn this up a bit to, this is like sub-ohm vaping, you know. I have my own building here with some, no, move on, wait a minute for that. But that's 34 watts, yeah. As you can see, much more vapor, really satisfying. Mix my own juice. It's I always mix 6%, so that's 2 nick shots into a 50ml bottle will give you 6% nicotine, which is satisfactory. It depends on, you know, how much you smoke and that. Take another puff on this. So yeah, like I say, much more satisfying. Then yeah, I love this smoke. I really do. I don't get what anyone says about it. You can see the brand name there, just about Volish and Control Nano V2. It's a temp control. A really great mod. I'd love to get a new one of these actually. I think you still can, but anyway, then started moving on to things like, you know, pods. This is a pod kit, so you have your device. It's USB again, so out comes your lead, USB lead. You plug it in, put it in there. Wait, see now that's kind of greeny white. That's fully charged. Well, it's kind of purpley white, fully charged. And I have a 50/50 18mm in here. This is the Nautilus all-in-one, and this is really good for stopping smoking as well, because the Nautilus, see, Aspire, same as Pocket, same Aegis Pocket, Aspire, does it say? Yeah, Aspire, Nautilus, all-in-one. Great device for giving up, because all vapes, any vape shop you go into does Aspire Nautilus. I think this actually takes the Pockets coil as well, if I remember rightly it does, but yeah, this is Aspire Nautilus, so here we go. You see, not quite as much as the last one, but that's different. That's a rebuildable, you know. That's a tank up that I put the coils in and whip myself. I'll get onto that in a minute. But as you can see, yeah, satisfying. I like the Nautilus all-in-one. It's okay. And this is a coil. You get a separate coils for it. You get a 1.8 coil, which this is a great little coil. It's my preferred. You get a 0.8, which is a bit more of a looser draw. You know, if you're going 1 point something 8, a full ohm, 1 ohm, it's always going to be a tighter draw. So it's a mouth to lung draw. 0.6, 0.5, 0.3, they're all going to be looser coil draws, you know, with more airflow, you know. You can adjust the airflow on the Nautilus all-in-one, as you can see there. And I'll put that down out of the way. Yeah, you can adjust your airflow, and yeah, that slot there, see, that's wide open, that's shut, wide open. Obviously you can't use it if it's shut, but that's wide open anyway. So clip that back in, and you can also get spare pods, your spare pods for this and your spare Nautilus coils. Again, most vape shops do them. That's the reason why I bought these devices. They're also reliable, you know, and dependable. You'll get nearly a heavy smoker mightn't get a full day of a full charge on this. And again, I think the capacity on this is about 600 600 miles, between 600 and 700 miles, could be 590. Yeah, nice, satisfying, and the coils keep up, you know, another drag. I hope someone's finding this a bit interesting. I am actually, because I have all the stuff in front of me. You know, like I said, it's kind of a bit nostalgic, but anyway, then show you another. I done a review on this the other day. It's another little pod mod, the Smock RPM 40, and it goes up to, can you see that, 18 watts. It goes, this little one goes up from 5 up to 40 watts, sorry. Yeah, 40 watts. And same thing, it's a pod. You get your coil there. I'll show you. You can get spare pods. You can get yourself a couple of pods. You fill up. There's this little membrane on the side there. You just pull this up and get your bottle of juice, and I'll just I'm not going to fill it because it's full already, but I'm not sure. And you fill it, you know, and then make sure you don't fill it too much, and make sure your coil is in. I'll have a coil, yeah, there's a spare RPM coil, and this is more of a a direct lung, sorry. Depending, you do get a 1 point, I forget now, kind of a mouth to lung call, but it's not a very good mouth to lung draw. It's more of a direct. But we'll try this. The coil is good for 19 watts, I think 12 to 19 watts. So we'll have a go on this. A good little thing is the Smock RPM 40. Definitely another ideal for beginners, you know. Here we go, 19 watts. Yeah, really satisfying, you know. This would definitely get you, if you want a lot of smoke and a good intake. I'm smoking 18 milligrams because I'm quite a heavy vapor, so 18 milligram in this might be a bit too much for a lighter smoker, but for me, I take another puff. Yeah, as you can see, good bit of vapor production. This takes, you can put your heavier oils in here. The coils will take 70-30 mixes, so you can mix your own juice, which is great. And I just give it a little wipe. My hands are oily, but yeah, it's a great little. And USB, you can see there, USB on the bottom to charge it up. It's an internal battery. It's what is it again? I think it's 1200 mAh. mAh is milliamps, so the higher the mAh, the longer lasting. Like I said, the Aspire, where did I put it, is about 500 to 600. This is nearly 1,000 mAh, so you'll get the day out of this, and the pods are generous to hold a lot of e-liquid, and if you get into vaping more, you can actually get an RBA section, which means rebuildable atomizer. You can put your own little coil in, but until you learn how to do that, and it's quite fiddly because it's very small. As you can see, the coil, imagine putting your own little coil into this and your cotton wool and putting it into the holes and that, so you're doing it right. You know, practice makes perfect with vaping, and patience. So I have, yeah, the RPM 40, great for giving up or a gift to someone who's a smoker and wants to start vaping. And don't forget, you know, you can get all the flavours, whatever flavours you want. But yeah, the RPM, Smock RPM 40 is brilliant, you know. And it's only 19 watts, so yeah, definitely get the whole day out of this little one, you know. And then now, moving up the vaping ladder a bit, this is a great little device. As you notice, I like Aegis. I have a few Aegis models. This is one of them, the Aegis Geek Vape. Yeah, the Aegis Geek Vape. This is the this is the Aegis Boost Plus, and you can see here, that's your pod where your liquid goes in. You fill it up here. Yeah, there's a little rubber gasket there. See there? You fill it up. It's hard to see because of the blackness. I'll tilt it up a bit. You see the hole there? Yeah, that's where you fill it up, and then you pop your gasket back on. Your airflow is there. See the side there? You can turn it up. You can, hang on. Yeah, you can turn it up all the way open. That's all the way open. No, is it? No, hang on. I'll have to do it my side. Ah, here we are. Yeah. That's all the way open, as you can see, and this is halfway open, so whatever airflow you prefer, give it a little wipe. But yeah, this is a great little device, so no atomizer, and this is moving on. By the way, you can get spare pods, you can get as many pods as you like for it. There's 2 pods there, and your coil is just a press fit coil, so you just pop your coil out. I have to be careful doing this, keep my finger on the top because a bit will leak out. There's your coil. You just line it up. You line up the square with the, let me see, even up. Yeah, you do. There's 2 flat ridges there. You'll see them, and just press your coil in. You fill it up. Wait for about 5, 7, 8 minutes, and you're ready to vape. So I'm going to plug this in, and great thing about the Aegis Boost is, I don't know, it's a bit tight, is it's definitely moving up the vaping ladder because it's an 18650 battery, you know. So you put in your positive side. I need to change the cover on this because you need to know your battery's safety. It's a little bit nicked up here, so you know, a little bit nicked there and there. It's okay, it's not going to blow up or anything. It's all, you know, these devices have safety chips built in, but I'm going to screw, I'll show you that actually, yeah. Put the battery in, goes positive, that's your positive side. Like I said, it doesn't need a wrap, that's for another video. You've got a little screw on cap, See the battery in there? You just screw your cap on, and the Aegis boost coil I have in there is rated for, I forget now, I think it's about 20 watts or 25 watts, but you'll see the screen there. You see it? I'll switch it on again, and it actually goes up to 40 watts, the same as the RPM, but it's a more sturdier, you know, and it's a battery, so no problems. You can carry a spare battery around with you, you know. Yeah, by the way, if you are carrying a spare battery, get yourself a few of these. It's just a silicone battery holder. Stop your battery from, because if a bit of metal touches both ends at the same time, some coins or keys, you know, the battery could vent, or it's not very safe. So yeah, little carrier, that's perfect, you know. They're only like 50 cents. Most vape shops give you a free one with each battery you buy, and that's 18650 battery. So anyway, we didn't take this one for a tote yet, so you can see you have your display there, you have your watts, your ohms, but you haven't got to worry about that stuff till you know, as you get into it. You learn as you go along. That's how I learned. And from watch reviews, if you're thinking of buying, watch Legion vapes, Mike vapes, me if you want to, but Mike vapes, vaping with Vic, Jay Hayes, Matt from Sim, and the Vaping Biker, yeah, and Legion vapes. He's my favourite, but let's take this for a toke anyway, and you can see a bit of Vapor production at, oh no, that's 40 watts, that's too high for the, there is supposed to be an RBA for this as well. I haven't got it myself, but 20 watts, okay? Yeah, as you can see, you know, you have the power there, really good coils of a lot of, I like this mod, even for the most experienced Vaper. If you were going camping or away, and you know, bring your spare battery, big bottle of juice, you know, because the coils, like I said, no problem taking 70/30s. So as you can see, it keeps up. Lovely. Actually, I think I've got a bit of a pineapple in this. It's beautiful. Yeah, pineapple colada. I think it's 12 Monkeys pineapple colada. I have one more toke. Yeah, so that's what's known as a pod mod, and it's direct lung. You know, you direct lung in that. Oh, and one I forgot actually is and this is excellent. I can't get enough of this. This is Caliban G. It's beautiful. This is my all-time favourite pod mod. Yeah, you see, all you do is you have your pod. You can see the juice in there. You click off. It's a bit of a bugger. The only thing about it is, one con with it is getting the, yeah, you click the top off. You see the little red membrane there. You fill it up there. You put your coil. I'm going to show you now. I'm just going to click that mouthpiece back on. Click, you can hear it go. And there's a spare coil. You can get 1 ohm, 0.8 ohm, 0.3 ohm, ohms. There's loads of, anyway, you can get a lot of different coils for it, and it's for nic salts and freebase, which is, you know, adding your own nicotine in, but the coils in it are great. I'll just quickly show you. Just pull your coil out here. There's your coil. Yeah, that's your coil. Looks small. Then just slip her back in. You'll see the flat part where you've got it. I'm gonna have to take it off camera for a minute. But yeah, this is the get in there, you bugger. This is the Caliban G kit. Cost you about you know what, I'm such a numpty sometimes. I get these things and I forget myself, and I'm doing a review. Yeah, that's it, that's in. So gonna put that back in there, give it a quick wipe. So yeah, it's basically, it's dual airflow as well. You can, this side it's in now. It's the, hang on, by the way, the battery is 690 mAh on this. There's your air hole, so that's where your air is coming in, just there. And you have two sides on the pod. You have one, see if this will pick it up, one that's big and one that's a little bit smaller. So whatever side, put it in corresponding with the side your air hole's in, and vape. Oh, and it's 5 on, 5 off. So 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. Again, you have your USB port at the bottom for charging. So it's a doddle, you know. This, oh, the flavour and that. Right, I'll take that vape. Lovely. And if you like that, also this is a good thing about this pod is it's fire activated. So listen, that's how quick, you know, it functions. So I can fire and puff. Or I can just puff, and it's got a sensor in it. So it's puff activated. And there you go. Yeah, and beautiful vape. The Caliban G, out of all the ones I've showed you, for if you want to quit smoking, get this. The Caliban G kit will cost you about, yeah, 25, 30, you know, give it a while, it could be cheap. And like I said, if you want a tighter draw, you can turn the pod around and simply, again, pop. Yeah. And like all the others I've showed you, the coil keeps up. Good coils, Caliban, you know. That's by UL as well. The UL Caliban G were easy it's probably the best pod mod it's my best pod mod of 2020, yeah. 21 could be something better, but I don't know. So that's it, I've explained to you, and I'm gonna do another follow-on video, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna have a drop of tea if you don't mind. Excuse me. Yeah, so I was lucky, my vaping journey. I'm gonna show you something, a little teaser for the next video. This is called, you probably, I don't know if you've heard of squonking. This is a squonk bottle, so I'm gonna give you a little hint for my next review. A squonk bottle. This, I'm gonna show you, is a squonk mod. It's the Vandy Vape Pulse X, and I have the profile mesh RDA. You see, this is more where it comes into the hobbyist side. Like, what have I got here? Yeah, I have a thing of what tofu. These are coils. You can build your own coils with, if you get a toolkit, a core building jig. But my next video is going to be on building, you know, and you're going to need coils, cotton, scissors, screwdrivers, snippers, pliers, a whole plethora of things. But I love it. I'm a hobbyist vaper and I love it. You know, I was addicted to alcohol. I was addicted to other things, and my journey, like vaping, has just really helped it. So I hope you'd like this video and learn a bit from it. And I'm just gonna have a puff. This is one of my favourite setups, the Vandy vape. This is a squonker, right? I'm gonna tell you more about squonking. Right, so it's a weird old name, but the next time I have the profile RDA on it, and there's my squonk bottle there. You can see Pulse X. I'm gonna have a toke on this and I'm gonna leave it at that. One of my favourite little mods. Now you can see this is the where it gets, you know, where it gets experienced, you know. This is where, and I just learned from this, you know, from this vape pen, started vaping, got into it as a hobbyer, to the Aspire, to the Smock RPM. Also next week I'll be showing you more of this little baby, the Geek Vape X. There's a lot of difference, you know, but it's whatever. And I'm gonna have one more blast and I'm gonna leave it be. And this is what they call pure direct lung vaping. So and this is only 3% tobacco, because if you had it too strong it would just be too, and as you can see this isn't hurting me or causing me any harm. Cigarettes would be, like I said, 7 years vaping and my chest has never been better, you know. 95% harm reduction. One more toke and I'm out of here. But I really hope you watch my next video. I'm going to go into squonking, batteries and rebuildables, RDAs, RTAs, explain to you what it all means. But I'm going to do a build as well, so join me on my next video. This is Joe the Village Vaper out, so like and subscribe if you want, please. Be doing me a great favour, you know, really make my day. I hope you've enjoyed the video, yeah. Right, that's me out. See you Vapers, have a good one.